Mind's Eye Audio presents 99 Problems, a Relationship Journey, presented by the Storyteller. Today I want to tell you about this woman that I dated, and her name was Vanessa, and she was sexy. You know, if I was just to describe her in one word, that would be the word, and I'll tell you why in a second. So, I think I was at the park, and I saw her walking her dog. I was walking my dog. And I walked over to her and I struck up a conversation. You know, we made eye contact and both smiled. So I decided to talk to her a little bit. I liked her. She had a bubbly personality. So I asked her out on a date. And the date went well. And the date led to several dates. Actually, 2. Before she asked me if I could, did I live nearby and could we go check out my house? And I was like, okay. It's a little messy, but if you don't mind, I don't mind. She was like, oh, I don't mind. So we went to my house and we sat around and we talked a little bit. And she asked if I had anything to drink. I gave her a drink. Next thing you know, she was all over me. And it was wild. It was exciting. It was great. I really liked it, you know. Because, you know, that's what guys do. We do things like that. So, this went on and on and on, and it was, you know, I was happy with it, and she seemed to be really happy, and then one day, I, you know, texted her. It was the evening. I was calling to see what she was up to, and she didn't answer my text, and, so I didn't want to blow her up, so I didn't text her again that night, but she never returned my text that night. Next day, I wanted to text or call, but I didn't, because I had sent out my, you know, text and she didn't return. But that afternoon, she texted me to see what I was doing. And I said, you know, not much. What do you want to do? So we made plans to hang out. And we were hanging out and at a little cafe. And I asked her, did you ever get my text? And she said, oh, yeah. I was a little busy. I'm sorry. So that was fine. She asked if she can go to my house, where we did what grown-ups do. And it was great. And the next day, just, you know, rinse and repeat. So good. And then she went missing again. And we actually had plans, but she went missing. And basically, this was the story of our relationship for several months. You know, when, you know, we'd hang out, it would be excellent. She was a nice person, and she was very pretty. And she wanted to party all the time. And so, you know, I guess that blinded me or kept me from really paying attention to the other part where she just vanished. She'd vanish for 24 hours, whatever, 48, and then she'd show back up. So, you know, I asked her what was going on, you know, what was up with that. And she said, you know, nothing. But one day her phone was sitting on the table. She went to the restroom and I saw it started buzzing and I saw the name, Big Daddy. So I was curious to know what was going on. It turns out, after a bit of arguing, it turned out that, well, she argued. I just asked questions. Turned out she was seeing another guy, and not just one other guy, but a few other guys. And I was thinking to myself, wow, you know, I thought we had it going on. And she said, yeah, we do. But, you know, she's got big needs. And so basically she needed more than I could give. And I was, you know, doing my best to give her what I had. But, you know, normal wasn't normal for her. So I decided that we needed to not stop seeing each other. You know, I didn't want to catch STDs. And I just didn't want to share with anybody else. You know, that's not the kind of guy I am. So I went and told my boys about it. I was like, yo, met this girl. She was a super freak, but she, you know, couldn't be an exclusive super freak. And they said, you know, they're opinionated butts. They said, well, she's probably just a hoe, you know, a hoe for show. She got to be with multiple dudes. And I was thinking, yeah, that's true. She is a hoe and she can keep it, you know. I ain't that guy. I ain't playing that game. Good riddance, you know. And I just, you know, I was disgusted. I was mad at her, and that was that. And time went on, and I kind of calmed down a little bit, and I was able to look back on it. And, you know, I guess if there's a part I played, it was, you know, when you first meet a girl, you're super excited. Then after a while, you kind of tone it down to normal. I wasn't neglectful. I didn't take her for granted, but I was normal. And maybe she was the type of person who was like an empty cup. She needed love. Maybe she didn't know how to love herself, so she was looking for love. And sex equaled love to her. So the more we had our parties, the more love she felt. But then, being insatiable, like an addict, you get some and then you need more and more and more. She had to go out and look for more and more and more. And I'm not mad at her. There's a lot of people in the world like that, kind of empty cups looking to be filled up from the outside in. It doesn't work like that. You have to fill it up from the inside out. Other people can only be supplements. They can't be the answer. So maybe that's wrong. Maybe it's right. It's just how I felt about it. It's a more positive way to look at it. I didn't want to carry, negativity inside me. So I found a way to look at it. In absence of an explanation for her, I made up my own story. So now I have no hard feelings about her. I pray for her. Hope she found what she was looking for. Hope she looked within. And for you, the listener, I hope you take a moment to comment. Maybe you agree, disagree. Maybe you're that kind of person. Maybe you dated one like that. I don't know, but I'd be curious to find out. I'm the Storyteller, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen. Peace.